Welcome to I Know a Guy Bicycles, hanging out with the guy. Hi, I'm Justin, the guy. So I want to go over a few things, and this is not really specifically over working on bikes, refurbishing bikes, and the technical aspects of those. This is the actually background video of independent bike dealers. Independent bike dealers, if you don't know what that is, it's a small business with its own niche. So they've been around forever. Like bike shops have been around since the Wright brothers, right? So, we have evolved over the years and had our challenges and had our struggles and our successes and all those things. So 30 years of experience, of my perspective, I wanted to just kind of regurgitate that all over the place. Reason being, I got an insight idea of, what would I do today if I had a brick and mortar store? Or how would I adjust that if I was going to do it all over again? And in a way, I am doing it all over again, but in my own micro level way, which is controllable, less risk, and so forth. Like all small businesses, or at-home businesses particularly, this is a great little opportunity. And it doesn't have to be bike retail. It could be any kind of little retail that you want to do. As long as there's a service and a product that you can provide and still maintain it within the confines of your home. And also able to do that with the local restrictions and so forth of doing business, which is great because retail overhead, horrible. If I went back to my days of Parker bikes with my parents, I would have said, let's downsize and buy a building or do something different in a location wise, because the location itself was not, and that's where the false truth was back then, is like you kind of needed to have a location and be able to see location. Well, even the struggles of back in the 90s, bike shops should have been shrinking when they were trying to expand like we were. Like, oh, more floor space means more bikes, but it means more bike sales. Didn't work out that way. Unfortunately, we had to close our doors. Got too big and crushed. And that's in the micro level. So it's just one of those things where I just want to kind of reflect and a little bit, but mostly look forward. What's forward? What's forward into the industry? What has been changed so far and where we're going to go from here? Well, there's some huge, big power play moves in the last 5 to 10 years, and it's really driven the direction of our industry, as well as a lot of other retailers probably follow along, or this is where they got the idea, whatever the case may be. My insights and so forth is if you want to stay an independent bike dealer and want to keep your brands and keep that customer and brick and mortar and all that, well, there's some adapting things you're going to have to look into. We just came out of this COVID horrible nightmare, which boosted our sales, boosted our service. Now we're a train wreck of what to do, forecasting and so forth. And I also want to mention and do a shout out. I used to work at Retail Toolkit, which is it started off as an inventory management tool, and that's how I got into software like 6 years ago. It is now purchased by Smart Etailing, and whichever button size, I will plug that in. Smart Etailing is a good resource for independent bike dealers to get their products, and it's basically SEO, marketing, all that good stuff all in one package. Well, Retail Toolkit's in there to help you manage your inventory, as long as the other things too, staff, marketing, email lists, all that jazz. It's great stuff. Look it up if you're needing that kind of service and you are an independent bike dealer. They initially just work for bike shops, but if you're a different kind of retail, they might talk to you. I'm not really sure what their brand is. But anyway, coming from big box store, and also worked in independent bike dealers across the nation, and being an independent bike dealer myself, in the sense of I refurbish road bikes in the used market. I fit in that little weird off in the corner thing, which is great for me. I love it. And it's really conducive to my life, like what I'm doing, which is awesome. But what brings insight, failures, and working with shops across the nation with Retail Toolkit from big to small, I have some insights. And one is, leveraging SEO and going through this journey of what I've been doing for the last 3 years doing I Know a Guy Bicycles is baby stepping into that. And, starting with a Facebook page and selling on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, and now I have my own website and I'm building all this, and now I'm diving into YouTube, and this really kind of opened up my mind of getting your branding out there. And what really triggered this conversation, and I know this seems kind of lengthy, is I was watching a video about shorts, and this lady here gave me some perspective. It's one of those things, it's like, I'm not doing YouTube videos to become a YouTuber. I'm doing YouTube videos and shorts and Instagram and all those things to funnel to the main hub. I Know a Guy Bicycles website, where that's where I try to sell and maintain all my inventory to go out. I'm trying to develop that branding. So if you're trying to brand, don't abandon that YouTube. I've noticed several of the bike shops I worked for before, they have YouTube channels and they haven't been touched in like 4 years. And I just got into doing shorts like yesterday. And I think the second video I put up as in a short blew up to be, I don't know, it was like 2,200 viewers in an hour? What the hell, right? I mean, that's 2,200 eyeballs that just glanced at something of mine that I did. There you go. Most bike shops have websites. That's a lead gen revenue that helps you if you're off season. Oh my God, that's how we killed us. Parker Bikes back in the day, winters crushed us. So if you can soften that up and using your off season sales and really push into your website and try to drive sales there and get your branding out there. I mean, the Instagram shorts I've been playing with those too, and they're working really well. This might be irrelevant in like in 2 hot seconds, but anyway, the idea is not irrelevant. The relevant piece here is actually get your branding out there and keep at it. And it may seem like it's non-successful, but I mean, hell, if I sell one bicycle by doing a 7-second video that I just threw up there and it took me like 5 minutes to figure out and have that many views, boom. If I sold one bike, that's packing and shipping, boom, done. Or some bike parts, better. Or any kind of product that you're trying to sell, keep it going. And I want to bring, more video content than just not being a YouTuber or Instagram or whatever. I'm a business person. I've been in bicycle industry for 30 years. Worked in them, owned one with my parents, own one now on a smaller micro level. And this is, my heart and soul pulls to the cycling industry because it has changed. And if you're a bike shop owner or employee of a bike shop watching this, it's changed. And it's like, I'm being steamrolled here. I mean, big brands, Trek Specialized and another European, Canadian, I forget what company, they're buying up bike shops and they're making them corporate. And okay, that's fine, whatever, independent bike dealers, you may have 1 or 3 or 4 locations. Either you're going to sell or you're going to have to adapt. What's adapting mean? Well, you need customers and you need to attack the website and you need to attack the SEO and all that. Your branding just doesn't go into your county anymore. It's nationwide, international, whatever you can do to provide those. And the bigger bike shops that are singlers or chains that have not sold out to the big brands, they're doing that right now. They've diversed. They've done those things. So keep that in mind that you need to work at those things. Yeah, it's a lot of uplift up front. But once you start getting the groove of things, and that's where I thought too, is like, oh damn, I need to come up with some more video content. But the video page has like 1 video on it. It's been up there for a year. Stupid me. I just started doing videos for whatever, and people are loving it. The perspective, they love sitting in the shop with me and experiencing things in real time, and that's real awesome. But if you can give that experience of your branding, show them your service departments, those guys in the back, show them the salespeople that actually avidly ride, the locations in your area ride, what kind of rides you do, all those kinds of things. Keep it coming. Make it forward. Push it as front of the line, because when it comes off season and you need to sell that extra stuff to keep your staff and pay the bills, do it. It's a must have from this point on, because retail space, if you don't own your building, is getting more expensive every year. More. Costs of doing business going up. What can you do? I'm on a low budget to zero budget And I have followers on Facebook and working on the YouTube thing and whatever. And it's like, it's small, but it's growing. And for me being small, it didn't cost me hardly much to do all this. And you already have, people and places and things and go. It's like, people have started to do this, but they kind of lost track. And I'm talking to those particular independent bike dealers that are like, okay, we're coming down over this hangover COVID sales and so forth, and what the hell, I'm experiencing it. I mean, my sales are completely down in November, anticipated, and December is kind of like, and I was like, whoa. I'm small enough I can absorb it. I'm fine. But if I had the bike shop, like with my parents, I'd be deathly afraid what's going on right now. I'd be like, what do we do? What do we do? What do we do? And you get in that panic mode, and I've been in there. It's horrible. You just grasp and you panic and you freeze, and then you're dead in the water. Before you know it, you're like us, going out of business in 2001. It's just a horrible pain experience that I hate reliving, but I do in my mind and my dreams all the time. And if I can share a little bit of knowledge, that's where Retail Toolkit working for them was awesome, because I was just trying to keep everybody going. Like, let's manage your inventory. Let's get this straightened out. Let's figure out ways to sell more stuff and maintain your staff and have a better work environment and all those things. So if anything I can do to help that, that's great. Another tidbit of information. If you're an independent bike dealer, diversifying, look in the used market. A lot of people are like, man, I don't want to deal with used bikes. Well, there's a few shops, that's all they do is used bikes. And you don't have to do it all used. You can really, really focus on pinpointing what your market is. You could have whatever your biggest market is, or where your biggest absence of price point product, right? For me, with my successes, big secret, road bikes have gotten really damn expensive. We've known this for years. Manufacturers have bumped up the prices over the years. Like now it's like $1,500 to $2,000 to get into a good road bike. That's if you can find one on the floor. When you're looking at this perspective, that's a big hole. That pushes a lot of people into the used market. Why? Because they can't afford a $1,500 bike just to start off road riding. It's just not there. I mean, you may have somebody who's into mountain biking can justify it, but that's where your road size can really bloom if you focus on that particular hole in your inventory and go, let's fill it with used. Not just random used stuff. I mean, let's face it, one floor on one location, if you have multiple locations, one floor on location is what you need. Extra small, medium, large, and extra large. You just need 5 bikes. 5 used bikes. Go look on Facebook and Craigslist and see what you find in your market. Send somebody out with a couple $100 or $500 in cash. Go buy it. Bring it into your shop. Fix it up. Throw it on the floor. Make sure you do your fine-tuned due diligence that your service managers or your service department is already doing, but just add some little extra detail to it. Put that bike on the floor. Do it branding. If you're a Trek dealer, grab some Trek bikes. Put them on there. If you're a Specialized dealer, throw some road bike, Specialized bikes on there, used. That just reinsures that particular brand lasts. Why? No brainer. It's used. It still maintains that value. It's maybe 10, 15 years older, but it still runs great and does the job and keeps them under $1,000. That's your market. That's your niches that you need to find. It's a no-brainer. It's super simple. That's what I base my business off of. You're not going to be still in business for me. Hell, I mean, you might help hurt Pros Closet a little bit, but I'm developing my branding. Why don't you do that? And people with independent bike dealers, a lot of them are like, okay, we need to be boutique. Let's reel that back. Let's reel it back a little bit, maybe a lot, because a lot of these customers, when they come into your store, they're sticker shocked. They're like, oh yeah, you got that 10,000 nice little pricey bike there. Like, I can't afford that. I can't tell you how many people I've sold bikes to. And I'm talking about hundreds. It's not just a few 10. I'm not just a little lowball guy that only does a few a year. I'm talking about, I've sold hundreds of bikes in the last 3 years. Okay. Hundreds of road bikes in the last 3 years, under $1,000, locally and across the nation. And the biggest thing I get a conversation from in these individuals is they say, yeah, I walked into this particular bike shop and it was just, I just walked right out. I couldn't afford anything. It was just crazy. It's just nuts. So you're turning away a whole huge chunk of the market, and you're not providing a lead in, a gateway drug, if you will, into road riding. It may not be your market. Road riding is just an example. That's what my niche is. Great. Do the same thing for mountain biking. Do the same thing for hybrids, whatever market that you're in. I find you have the bigger ticket items and you find that hole. And it's like, give people opportunity to buy something, you know, a little bit. I mean, car dealerships have been diversifying for years. Why do they have a half their lot as used cars? Bigger margins, a little bit, and versus used. And guess what? I buy what I want. I don't have to buy what my rep is telling me. And I'm sorry, no offense getting any reps or anything like that, but my gosh, I'm super happy that I don't have to deal with you guys, because it's like every week the reps would roll in, we would have to talk to them, they would try to push whatever agenda that their company's pushing down their throat. And looking back in the Parker Bikes days, I would love to have all those hours back. I would love to have all those hours back of talking to the JB rep, the Trek rep, the Klein rep, the Doodad rep, whatever. Weekly, bi-weekly, monthly. It just took you away from when you're running your own damn business. So, you know, used bikes. I mean, yeah, it's a little bit heavier lift. You may have to invest, or hell, just buy some off of me, road bikes. If you're wanting to fit that niche, try, you know, buy a few. I sell mine low enough that you can put it on your sales floor, and if your sales floor can't sell a bike over $200 of what you paid for it, in the used market, providing services and add-on sales and all those extra things, which I don't have. I just do the bikes and some parts because it's just byproduct of what I do. You know, it's like, you can find opportunities out there. You know, there's those things to help you niche, and you got to diversify. And this goes for all retail across the board. So yeah, I'm on YouTube. This is posting on YouTube. I'm being a YouTuber-ish in this perspective. But really what I do, I sell road bikes. And why? There's a big hole for it. In addition to, I want to help those customers that find a good road bike. I'm trying to be an advocate of keeping people into cycling. That's my perspective. It's a passion. It's a piece. It's not just me I'm not making millions of dollars of this. Kidding me? It's just one guy working on bikes. How much can I make in a year? Right? There's a limit. So, you know, I'm not damaging anybody's market. I'm just providing an opportunity for somebody to get into road riding. Take it as it will. Hope this, you know, helps you maybe just take a sidestep and look at your own business. And I've been told this over the years. Get out of your business. Walk around. Look at other stores. Look at big box stores. See how they display stuff. See how they run. You know, it is no crime of stealing ideas from anybody else. I mean, it's just how it is. I mean, you're just marketing that. Same thing. Go on YouTube. Check out all those different YouTube videos. Check out those YouTubers that are just making money at YouTubers and trying to figure out, like, well, you only have 84 videos and you have 150,000 subscribers, and wow, there's apps out there you can find out how much they're actually kind of making, and you're like, holy cow. Crazy. You know, there's definitely a hole out there that can be fulfilled. And for independent bike dealers, I'm just trying to shout out and say, hey, here's something different. Give it a try. What are you going to lose? You know, a little bit of time? No, just, you know, to diversify. You got to. It's just going to swallow you up. You're either going to be out of business, which a lot of shops are going that direction, or you're going to be eaten up by the big corporates, which a lot of other shops are going that direction. I miss the small bike shop. People miss that. Like, I want to go in and see the same face, talk to the same person, and go, hey, Mike, Justin, let me help you with this. Can I get a little help? Yeah, for people. You know? So anyway, that was my 2 cents.
Here's an example of the YouTube shorts or reels from Instagram I've been doing. And and have huge success of views. Granted, yeah, a lot of these people will probably never buy from me, but out of 2,000 views, I think at least 1 or 2 people that actually reviewed this might be interested in either what I'm bringing to the market, as well as information and so forth. Just that external branding that brings out even further reach than your current market. So, what you can do with this, take it if you will, but in any case, it actually has been very successful so far, and I look forward to increasing that. So, if you like these particular videos, please subscribe. Until next time, have a wonderful day. From the garage, this is Justin, the guy.